Hey guys, long time no see. Today's tutorial is super simple. I'm just going to show you how to add a little lining to any tote to make your tote more travel friendly. So go ahead and round up your materials. You'll need a tote, some fabric. This is just some faux leather fabric that I had in my stash, a measuring tape, a zipper, some magnetic snaps, as well as some glue. Usually I avoid using glue in DIY projects, but we're going to glue these on the inside so you won't be able to see the snaps being attached from the outside of the tote. So the tote's going to look exactly the same, just the inside will be different. Go ahead and measure to determine the length and the width of the tote lining. I think I did about 13 inches by 11 inches. And then don't forget to add seam allowance. That way you can sew your seams and the lining won't end up smaller than you intended. You also need seam allowance to attach the zipper. So now you can go ahead and cut out your fabric. As you can see, I'm working on the fold of the fabric, so that way I don't have to sew an extra seam at the bottom. Now you just need to check the size of your lining. You can do that by dropping it in. Just again, remember it's going to be slightly smaller just because of the seam allowance. And if you are working with a faux leather fabric, just be sure to use the proper needles. So as you can see, my zipper was quite a bit longer than what I needed. So to fix that, I marked where I wanted to trim my zipper. And then I just did a repeating zigzag stitch to kind of add a bar tack at the end of it. You can do it on machine or you can do it by hand. And that just adds a stopper and then you can trim it. Go ahead and attach your zipper. If you guys don't know how to attach a zipper, I will be sure to link a good tutorial in the description, so that way you guys can learn how to do that. I just used an invisible zipper, but you can use a regular zipper if you want. For a thicker fabric, you will want to use a more substantial zipper. I only used an invisible zipper because that's what I had in my stash. I'm always super careful to trim any extra threads while I'm working on installing a zipper so I can test the zipper and not be worried about the threads getting caught and ruining the zipper. Now you can turn this inside out so you have right sides together and sew up the side seams. You only have to sew side seams since we cut the fabric on the fold, so you don't have to sew an extra seam at the bottom. And after you do that, you can turn your lining right side out and you will have a little pouch with a closing zipper at the top. And now is a great time to drop that pouch inside the tote to make sure that it fits and that you can't see it from the outside. And just check your zipper again, make sure, pouch is a good size for you. I would recommend using larger snaps, but this was all I had in my stash, and then I just used some glue to glue them on the inside. Carefully mark where you are going to glue the snaps onto the inside of the purse. As you can see, I marked where the handles are, so that way you couldn't see my marking from the outside, and you wouldn't be able to see the snaps from the outside as well. Now you just need to glue the snaps on. I use a Q-tip, the end of a Q-tip, just to help me get the glue. Try to be a little less messy. And yeah, just carefully glue them on. You can use any glue that you want, just be sure that it is a strong glue and make sure that you follow the proper dry time instructions for whatever glue that you use. There's not really much of an aftershot to show you since the tote looks the same from the outside, but you now have a detachable lining. So now go plan your trip. As you can see, this tote will be coming with me on my trip to Japan, so hopefully I'll have some cool stuff to share with you from that trip. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.